Okay, so I just spent $7 on a coffee. $7! And my friend texted me, dude, that's gonna break the bank. And I'm like, wait, is my bank actually breaking? What does that even mean?
Okay, first of all, $7 for coffee is wild. But no, your bank isn't literally breaking. Break the bank just means something is really expensive. So expensive it could drain all your money.
Oh, so she was saying my coffee habit is too expensive.
Exactly. And honestly, she's not wrong. $7 is pretty steep for coffee.
Okay, fair point. But I feel like I hear people using money expressions all the time, and I never know if they're being literal or not.
Yes, and that's exactly why we're doing this episode today. Money idioms are everywhere in English. At work, when shopping, in casual conversation. And if you don't know them, you're going to be confused.
So true. All right, everyone, welcome to English Speaking Practice. I'm Leo, the guy who apparently needs to stop buying expensive coffee.
And I'm Mia. And if you're new here, we post fun English lessons every week that actually make learning enjoyable. So hit that subscribe button. It's free, unlike Leo's coffee.
Oh, ouch. But yeah, subscribe so you don't miss our episodes. We make English fun, I promise.
All right, so Leo, we already covered break the bank, but there's another super common one for expensive things. Cost an arm and a leg.
Wait, what? An arm and a leg? That sounds horrifying.
I know, it sounds dramatic, but it just means something is extremely expensive. Like, that new phone costs an arm and a leg.
So it's like you're paying so much, it's as if you're giving away body parts.
Exactly. It's obviously not literal, but it emphasizes how expensive something is. The imagery is intense, which makes the idiom memorable.
Okay, so if someone says, wow, rent in New York costs an arm and a leg, they mean it's super expensive?
Perfect. You got it.
Nice. So break the bank and cost an arm and a leg both mean expensive. Can I use them the same way?
Almost. Break the bank is more about draining your savings, like it'll use up all your money. Cost an arm and a leg is more about emphasizing the high price itself.
Subtle difference, but I see it. Like this vacation will break the bank means I'll spend all my savings. But this designer bag costs an arm and a leg is just saying it's crazy expensive.
Yes, perfect example. You're getting good at this.
Okay, what about cheap stuff? Are there idioms for that?
Oh, absolutely. One common one is dirt cheap. Like, I got this shirt at the thrift store. It was dirt cheap.
Dirt cheap. That's fun to say. So it means super inexpensive.
Yep, as cheap as dirt. Another one is a dime a dozen. That means something is so common and cheap that it's not special.
Oh, so like fast food restaurants are a dime a dozen in this city.
Exactly. It means they're everywhere and not valuable because they're so common.
That's actually really useful. Okay, what about people who are cheap, like stingy with money?
Ooh, good question. We call them penny pinchers.
Penny pinchers. I love that.
Right? It's someone who holds on to every penny. They hate spending money, even small amounts. Like, my uncle is such a penny pincher. He won't even pay for extra sauce at McDonald's.
That's so specific. I can totally picture that person.
We also say someone is cheap or tight with money, but penny pincher is more colorful and fun to say.
Is being a penny pincher bad? Like, is it an insult?
It can be a gentle criticism, yeah. It suggests someone is being too cheap, maybe unreasonably so, but it's not super harsh, more like teasing.
Got it. So it's not like calling someone greedy, just saying they don't like spending money.
Exactly. Now, there's a related expression that parents say to their kids a lot. Money doesn't grow on trees.
Oh, I've heard that. What does it mean exactly?
It means money isn't unlimited or easy to get. You have to work for it. Parents say it when kids ask for expensive things without understanding the cost.
So if a kid is like, "Can I have the newest phone?" the parent might say, "Money doesn't grow on trees."
Exactly. It's basically saying, I can't just pick money off a tree. I have to work hard for it, so we have to be careful about spending.
That makes total sense. I definitely heard that from my parents growing up.
Most of us did. It's a classic. All right, let's talk about being rich. Have you heard rolling in dough?
Rolling in dough? Like bread dough? Pizza dough?
So dough is actually old slang for money. So rolling in dough means you have a lot of money. You're wealthy.
Wait, dough means money? That's random.
I know, it's old-fashioned slang, but the idiom is still super common. You can also say rolling in money or rolling in cash. Same meaning.
So after winning the lottery, she was rolling in dough.
Perfect. Exactly. You can also say someone is loaded. That's another way to say they're rich.
Oh, I've heard that one. He's loaded means he has a lot of money.
Yep, super casual way to say it. That guy just bought a yacht. He must be loaded.
Nice. Okay, what about the opposite, like when you're struggling with money?
Great question. We say make ends meet. That means to have just enough money to pay for necessities.
Make ends meet, like making the ends of your budget come together.
Exactly. You're visualizing it perfectly. It's like your income and expenses are two ends, and you're trying to make them meet in the middle.
So with rent so high, it's hard to make ends meet means you're barely getting by financially.
Yes, perfect usage. It implies you're struggling, but managing to pay your bills.
That's really practical. I feel like I hear that one a lot in news articles.
You do. It's very common when talking about economic issues or personal finances.
Okay, I have a question. What about money talks? I've heard that in movies.
Ooh, good one. Money talks means that money has power and influence. People with money get what they want.
So it's kind of cynical, like saying the world is all about money.
Yeah, it can be a bit cynical. It's acknowledging that money gives you power and influence in society. Like in politics, money talks, meaning politicians listen to wealthy donors.
That makes sense. It's more of an observation about how the world works.
Exactly. Sometimes people say the full phrase, money talks, bullshit walks, but that's more crude and means talk is cheap, but money is what matters.
Okay, I'll stick with just money talks for now.
Probably wise. All right, here's one more. Born with a silver spoon. What do you think that means?
Born with a silver spoon, like you were born rich?
Yes, exactly. The full phrase is born with a silver spoon in their mouth. It means someone was born into a wealthy family. They've always had money.
So they've never struggled financially because they grew up rich.
Exactly. It often implies they might not understand what it's like to struggle with money.
Like, he was born with a silver spoon. He doesn't get why people can't just buy a house. Oh, so it's kind of criticism.
It can be, yeah. It suggests they're privileged and maybe out of touch.
That's interesting. So many of these idioms have like subtle implications.
That's what makes idioms so rich. They carry cultural meaning beyond just the literal words.
I love that. Okay, before we practice, give me your memory trick because I know you have one.
I know you so well. All right, imagine you're going on a shopping trip. Ready?
Always ready for imaginary shopping.
Okay, so you walk into a store and see a designer jacket that costs an arm and a leg. You're not rolling in dough, so it would definitely break the bank if you bought it.
Okay, I'm with you.
So you look for cheaper options and find one that's dirt cheap, like a dime a dozen. But your friend, who's a total penny pincher, says money doesn't grow on trees.
Classic.
You're trying to make ends meet anyway, so you decide to skip it. But then you see a celebrity walk in. They were clearly born with a silver spoon, and everyone knows money talks when they're shopping.
And then we call it a day and go home.
Perfect. See? All the idioms in one shopping story.
That's brilliant. I'm totally going to remember that.
Good, because now it's practice time. I'm going to give you scenarios and you tell me which money idiom fits. Sound good?
Let's do it.
All right, scenario 1. Your friend wants to buy a sports car, but they only make minimum wage. What would you say about the car?
That car costs an arm and a leg, or that would break the bank for you.
Perfect. Either one works. Both emphasize it's too expensive for their budget.
Nice.
Scenario 2, someone bought a used bike for $5 at a garage sale. How would you describe the price?
That's dirt cheap.
Yes, exactly. Okay, scenario 3, your coworker never wants to chip in for group lunches and always says they're saving money. What might you call them?
Penny pincher?
Yes, perfect. Although be careful saying that to their face. Might hurt their feelings.
Good point. I'll keep it in my head.
Okay, harder one. You're talking about someone who inherited a fortune and has never worked. What idiom describes them?
They were born with a silver spoon.
Excellent. All right, last one. A single parent is working 2 jobs to pay rent and buy groceries. What are they trying to do?
They're trying to make ends meet.
Perfect. You're crushing these.
Thanks. I actually feel like I could use these now.
You absolutely can, and you know what's going to happen? Now that you know these idioms, you're going to hear them everywhere.
That always happens. Once you learn something, you suddenly notice it all the time.
Exactly. That's actually called the frequency illusion, but that's another episode.
So many topics, so little time.
Right? All right, let's quickly recap. We learned 10 essential money idioms today. Break the bank for something that'll drain your savings, cost an arm and a leg for extremely expensive things, and dirt cheap or a dime a dozen for inexpensive stuff.
We also learned penny pincher for someone who's stingy, money doesn't grow on trees for reminding people money is limited, and rolling in dough or loaded for being rich.
That's a solid list. These are so useful for everyday conversation.
They really are. Whether you're talking about shopping, salaries, rent, or just life in general, these idioms will make you sound so much more natural.
And here's your challenge, everyone watching. Next time you go shopping or talk about money, try to use at least 2 of these idioms.
Yes, practice in real situations. And drop a comment below telling us which money idiom you hear most often in movies or shows. We love reading your comments.
Seriously, your comments make our day. We read all of them.
And if this episode helped you understand money idioms better, give us a thumbs up. It helps other English learners find this video.
And if you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? We drop new lessons every week, and they're always fun.
No boring textbooks here, just real English conversations that actually help you get fluent.
Yeah, we're like your friends who help you speak better English without making it feel like homework.
Exactly. All right, before we go, Leo, what's your favorite money idiom from today? Ooh, definitely rolling in dough, because I love that dough means money. It's random, but fun.
That's a good one. Mine is born with a silver spoon because I love the imagery. You can really picture it.
See, that's why you're good at this. You think about the visuals.
Well, it helps me remember.
Fair enough. All right, everyone, that's it for today's episode.
Thanks so much for hanging out with us.
Remember, money doesn't grow on trees, but English skills do grow with practice.
Oh my God, did you just make an idiom pun?
I couldn't help it.
I love it. All right, on that note, we'll see you in the next episode.
Keep practicing, keep learning, and don't break the bank on coffee like me.
Good advice. See you next week, everyone.
Peace.
Bye.